A very good morning to everyone. How are you all doing? This is Doug Campbell with Right Way Options in the morning market preparation video for August 8th, 2017. Hey, if we look at those diamonds, my goodness, they are strong, and the diamonds have just been really tearing it up. The bulls moving higher, pushing higher, everything wanting to go up. Now, we do have to be a little bit concerned. 9 straight days up, just common sense says the overall weight, we should see some selling here eventually. But we could also see just nothing more than a sideways move here in the diamond. So we don't want to predict that we're going to sell off, but at the same time, we want to be prepared in case that does occur. Now, this morning we're seeing the futures showing a little bit of weakness, a little bit of a gap down here in the diamonds, nothing major, but just a little bit of weakness showing up in the markets, and that could easily change. This is still early. There's economic data and a ton of earnings coming out that could affect that. Now, one thing to keep in mind is in this move, in this record-making move, we've really had nothing, no pause, and most of these days have gaps left behind. The bulls have been supporting those to this point, but just keep in mind, if selling does begin, the possibility exists of a fairly quick sell-off if it gets a little bit extreme. If we start cracking through some of those gaps and things like that, we could see a little bit of selling pressure come into there pretty fast. Okay, so if a reversal does begin, just be aware that it could be quick. I'm not predicting it. I'm certainly not. There's nothing here suggesting that we're going to fall off a cliff. Okay, but we certainly want to be prepared with a plan, just in case that does start to begin. Okay, that does occur. Big whipsaw moves, big price action like this, remember, is always possible. And it's easy to get complacent when the market is running this hard and kind of forget that those days do occur and could occur at any time. So just be prepared. Let's take a look at the SPY. SPY holding up really well. Yesterday creating a new record high. But this morning, notice, at least at the moment, we are looking at a gap down of, and pretty much giving back everything that was gained yesterday. I mean, all at once. And we'll have to watch this pretty closely. It's still early. That could change. But as of right now, looks like the SPY may give back its entire gain in one jump this morning. Let's take a look at the Qs. The Qs also finally participated yesterday, coming off of this support level, was unable to break out to new highs, and is still beneath this price resistance right through here. So we're not out of the woods here on the Qs, but we're certainly looking much better. The fact that they finally began to participate with the diamonds is a good thing. Now, this also is looking for a gap down this morning. Not nearly as severe as in the SPY, but certainly a pullback is what is showing currently in the futures. And if that were to get going, if we're just going to see pressure from the SPY, maybe the diamonds, watch this closely. That could easily reverse as well. Now, the IWM just really hasn't played the game with the rest of the market. It hasn't played well with others, I guess we should say. It tried to break out. We had this great pattern here where we broke out, we tested support, and then we kept on moving, but it just was not able to hold it, breaking back down, trying to hold right here on trend. That trend finally gave way, and IWM is not looking good here. This rally back should be looked at as being suspect. Let's notice that if we were to draw a trend line down here, we're right at the point on that trend line where we could see failure. And this morning, if we look at where we're going to open, we're going to open just slightly lower here on IWM and could suggest more downside coming here in IWM. So as bullish as the diamonds have been, only 30 companies there. This bigger index, much bigger index, 2,000 companies, has not participated at all and is pulling hard, adding a tremendous amount of downside weight to those indexes that have been stronger. Not suggesting that it's going to pull it down, because the IWM has just struggled all year, but should be something that we pay attention to. Let's take a quick look at the VIX. The VIX dipped a little bit more yesterday. A little bit of fear went away yesterday, and we're right back down here in this area that I think is a danger zone. That danger zone where we can get those really quick moves up. So let's pay attention to this. If that fear were to come back quickly, if that fear were to jump back in the market, we can see this spike. And notice that these moves here are really one day where fear just comes all the way back into the market. That is possible here and something we want to watch for. Not wanting to predict that's going to occur today or anytime in the near future, but we have to be prepared with a plan in case it does. Okay, so be ready. Have an exit plan. Have something that you're going to do to protect yourself, your profits, your account, if it does or start, okay, and begin to get that little bit of a scare that comes into the market. Again, if we look at the overall markets, if I'm going to go to the diamonds here. Actually, I'm going to go to the DJI. I keep one chart that is, all it is the four major indexes on a weekly. And if we look at this Dow weekly, there's nothing here but up. We are in an uptrend, okay? Nothing here but up. Nothing here suggests we're going to fall off a cliff. If we look at the SPY is the same way. Looks exactly the same. And if we continue, if we look at this SPY, and I don't care how you look at it, if you put all these lines on it or whatever you want, this is weekly chart is up. So let's take a look at the S&P 500. Well, the S&P 500 is doing exactly the same thing, showing nothing but up. Great trend. Okay, so don't be overly fearful here either. A sell-off would be normal. A sell-off would probably be healthy. But at this point, there's no reason to fear that we're ready to just collapse, okay? So stay long the market. Stay long your plans until we start to see evidence in the shorter term charts that something has changed, okay? So please understand, I'm not suggesting bearishness. Okay, on the economic calendar today, we only have one thing really of note today. We have the JOTS report. JOTS report is the number that tracks job openings. And that report last month was a little bit, showed a little bit of a pullback, and the consensus for this month is suggesting that job offerings are going to pull back just a little bit more this month. So we'll have to wait and see how that comes out. If we look at earnings reports, there's nearly 400 companies that were up for reports today, and they're coming in rapid succession this morning and continuing to move. Now, one of the big ones today is going to be Disney. Disney is kind of considered a bellwether by many companies out there. So it reports after the close of today. We'll have to watch and wait for that. But they've had a little bit of a struggle here recently. And if we look at Disney, you'll see it's been kind of a choppy stockier, and a lot of it has been issues with subscriber reductions coming from ESPN and other places. So watch this one closely. This one does have the potential to move the market. Okay. It will be after the close today, so it'll be tomorrow's problem, but might be worth keeping an eye on this. All right, everyone, I want to wish you all a great day and fantastic profits. If you're new, have never seen my videos before, please do me a favor and click on that subscribe button on Facebook, and also on YouTube, and on Facebook click that follow me button. Also, if you could, if you've got the time, please click those like buttons. That helps me out a lot. And also feel free to make a comment. Love to hear what you have to say, anything that I can do to improve. Everyone have a great day, and I'll talk to you all soon.